Hello guys, welcome to the Cinematic. Today we are doing another movie review, and today we are reviewing Glass. What a disappointment. In this movie we have Bruce Willis, James McAvoy, Samuel L. Jackson, Sarah Paulson, some of the returning characters from Split and Unbreakable, but those are our four main key members there. So, Glass, directed by M. Night Shyamalan, is the sequel to Split, which is the sequel to Unbreakable. Unbreakable was about Bruce Willis's character, who is super strong, and also had Samuel L. Jackson in it, who is his arch nemesis. And then we have Split, which is about James McAvoy, and he has split personalities. He has like 23 of them, and he kidnaps people and eats them and stuff like that. And so this third movie, Glass, was supposed to bring all three of them together. I was looking forward to it. They all three get rounded up one way or another, put in this hospital, and Sarah Paulson is trying to figure out who they are, kind of how they operate, and she's kind of trying to convince them that superheroes aren't real. And I'll just leave it at that because there are a lot of revelations in this movie. I'm trying to think of some positives here. The first 15 minutes of this movie, I was hard in. It was giving me some Unbreakable vibes. Big fan of Unbreakable. Excited to see where it went. But after the first 15 minutes or so, everyone gets rounded up into the hospital, and the movie just hard tanks from there. I wanted to give Shyamalan a chance here. I wanted to think he might be able to pull it off, but this might be one of the worst movies. This is definitely the worst movie I've seen this year. This is worse than Escape Room. The premise could have been so good. This movie could have been so good. Bruce Willis's character, James McAvoy, Samuel L. Jackson, all three of them are such good characters. I don't know how he screwed this up so much. He went the worst possible way this movie could have gone. It is so boring. We have these interesting characters and they just sit and get lectured to. This whole second act is completely terrible. It is Sarah Paulson talking to them, and Sarah Paulson, she does a great job. She's just being Sarah Paulson, as she has in everything else she's done. She does a great job. Samuel L. Jackson doesn't get to say a word until like an hour into this movie. He just sits there with a close-up on his face and he's just twitching. I know Shyamalan is trying to like deconstruct superhero genre or the superhero movie because we have a glutton of them right now. He chose the most boring way to go about that. Sarah Paulson trying to convince them that they're not superheroes, and it's like, no, they are superheroes. They have super abilities. We want to see them fight. We want to see them do something other than just sit in hospital beds and talk to people. Things finally do happen in the third act. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to say how it ends. You do have your typical Shyamalan twists here and there. In the ending, there's probably 3 or 4 twists, and only one of them actually hit for me, and one of them, it was the only one that was actually interesting. The rest of them, I was already hard out of this movie by the end. I didn't care what was gonna happen. I didn't care about the ending. I didn't even care if there was a post-credit scene, because as soon as the credits start, I said, all right. I looked at my brother, I said, all right, let's go. But the one thing that can kind of encapsulate this whole movie is that these 3 men are probably the most dangerous men on the planet. You have Bruce Willis, who like can't die. He's almost immortal. He has super strength. His only weakness is water. Then you have James McAvoy, who when he turns into the Beast is also pretty much unstoppable. And then you have Samuel L. Jackson, who is like this mastermind who can break out of anything and destroy anything with his mind. He can memorize things. He's probably the smartest person on the planet. And you put them all together in this mental institute. And there are, I'm not even joking with you, there is 1 security guard at the gate, and then there is 1 security guard that cycles between 2 different guys. One's there during the day, one is there during the night. And that's it. That is the only security of these 3 dangerous criminals or superheroes, super-powered human beings. And even at the end, when shit is hitting the fan, 8 total SWAT people show up to the scene. Superhumans fighting, and you get 8 SWAT guys to come deal with the situation. It felt so low budget. I know it's made by Blumhouse, who that's their thing. They make low budget movies and make a ton of money off of them. Nothing in this movie makes sense. There's so many convenient things that happen. Of course, there's no one has a gun in this facility to stop these people when a simple bullet could take care of a lot of their issues. Samuel L. Jackson breaks out of his cell like 6 times, and they know it. They say like, hey man, why are you breaking out of your cell? Don't do that anymore. And then they just like walk away, and sure enough, he keeps on doing it. It's just things like that that make no sense. Like Shyamalan just like either thought about it and was like, yeah, hopefully no one else thinks about it, because that's how you have to enjoy this movie, is you just have to not think about it at all. I can't believe any of it. It grasps at so many straws, like so much of it, you just need to kind of turn your brain off. So I am going to give Glass a 4 out of 10. Unless you have to know like the ending of this trilogy, then I guess you can go see it, but do not spend your money on this. Wait until it's on some bargain Netflix stream and it costs you nothing. And Shyamalan played me so hard. By the way, if you haven't seen Unbreakable or Split, or if you don't know what happens in them, you're not gonna understand this movie at all. I'm just disappointed. That's my review. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that cool stuff. And we'll see you guys next time with another review. Bye.